Hi guys, how are we doing? Let me get this pulled up on here. We're gonna make some envelopes tonight. I've got some paper here that I want to get used up, and I'm like, well, let's make some envelopes with it. Okay, let's see if anybody. I need to delete this one so people don't think that's. Hi, Janet. How are you doing tonight? So I'm going to use my EK Tools scoreboard. Hey, Gloria. And I'm going to make some envelopes. I'm going to use the EK Tools scoreboard, my handy dandy little scrapbook.com scissors, my Memory Keepers corner rounder. That's it. That's all I'm using tonight. And we're going to make this cute little envelope right here. This one will measure, when it's finished, it'll measure 4 inches. 4 inches this way and 3.5 inches this way. So like if you're making little cards or invitation, you know, just or just want something. Oh, you're finally cleaning your craft room? Cool. I'm doing okay. I lost track of time and I was like almost forgot that it was Sunday. Them hogs have been wreaking havoc with my chickens all week. So it's like I forgot what day it was. Anyway, so that's that little one. And then a normal one for an A2 card. Now they say to do it by 8. Well, anyway, so this one will fit an A2 card. It's a little bit, here, let me get one out. I made this for Craft Roulette, but then decided I didn't like it. It's what they call a Zoe fold. It's a joy fold with a Z fold. But I made that for Craft Roulette, and then I decided, no, I was there. I caught the tail end of it. I forgot, I forgot what day it was. But I did catch the tail end of it, and because it'll be in my history now, so I can go back and watch how she actually made the cards. She made gorgeous cards. She always does, though. Anyway, so I made this one for Craft Roulette. The parameters were a Zoe fold. The colors were elegant, which I think pink and gold together. Actually, it's not pink. It's Victorian velvet. It is a shade of pink, but it's like a dusky pink, kind of like. I don't know how good you guys can see. But and then I stamped over this right here with goldenrod. And I was like, you know what I should have done was I should have embossed it. I used a background stamp that I had. And yeah. I should have done that. I should have embossed it with gold on top of the pink, and then it would have made it more elegant looking. But then I used Christmas gnomes to make a little Valentine. But I was like, you know what? That just doesn't. So the parameters were front door, elegant. Okay. Project was a Zoe fold. Colors were elegant. Element was front door. And then it had 3 circles. So there's a circle there. And there's a circle on each of the hats. It had all the parameters, but I just wasn't happy with it. So I made another one. I made this one. It's a little out of my regular style, but I was like, front door. So I made a front door right here. See the little doorknob and the little window? kind of a modern. And then I put circles all over the place to be the 3 circles. And here's the joy fold part, and here's the Z fold part. I didn't put anything on the inside yet. But so that's the one I submitted, this one. And current mood cat. That's our rabbit hole design stamp set. Anyway, so these should fit in this A2 card. Now, the way when they tell you to do it, they tell you to do it with 8 by 8 sheet of paper, but I did it with 8 1/8. And it's a little bit bigger than my card right here, if you'll notice. But if you're doing thicker cards, then they'll fit better. You have a little leeway room. So I'm going to show you how to do it. And then chit chat with you guys while I'm making several of them. I've got several papers over here. We'll make us one like this, and then we'll make us some like this. Because I got this paper that I need to do something with, and I'm like, well, I can always use envelopes, because even if I don't send a card in the envelope, these little die sets that I get, perfect to store it. It'll store like that little set right there. Then a bigger one will store little bit bigger sets. Okay. Okay. So first thing we need to do the little one. Oh, I'm going to use a trimmer too, guys. Let's make a donut one. Let's make a donut. And I've got a whole box of papers that I'm like, I need to get these papers used and, do something with them. So I'm going to cut this paper down to 6 by 6. Let's get my instructions here. So 6 by 6 is what I'm going to cut this down to. This would be great to do with your 6 by 6 paper pads too, guys. So I'm just going to take this. This should be 6 inches that way, because it's half of a 12 by 12. So I'm going to cut it down to 6 inches. By 6 inches. Yep, perfect. And I'm going to get my scoreboard out. So this right here is 6 by 6. Y'all see that? I'll write the things on here, so if you want to screenshot them so you have the measurements. Right, let's get that corner thingy back out. Make sure it's all the way in the corner. All right. And then on 2 sides, like parallel sides, are going to be the same measurements. So this first one, I'm going to do at 2 1/4 right here. And I'm going to make sure I got it scored, because you want to make sure it folds easy. Then I'm going to flip it all the way around so that, see how that line goes like that? I want this side over here to be the same way. So make sure it's all the way in the corner. And come up here to 2 1/4. And then I'm going to flip it so that those are at an angle that way. No, so that those are going like that. And then I'm going to put my score lines here. So now I'm going to go 2 1/2. And flip it all the way around. And I'm going to do it at 2 1/2. And I'm going to write that down so everybody can see. So this is 2 1/2, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 1/4. Do you see that? 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 1/2. Okay, then I'm going to get our handy dandy scissors, and we're going to cut these little spots right here out, little edges right here. So we're going to cut this away. Everything I've scribbled on, we're going to cut it away. So we're going to come onto this score line and cut to that other score line, and then we're going to flip it around and do the same thing. And we'll do it several times, so that way maybe next time we pull out our scoreboards, we'll remember what we're doing. Now, if you own an envelope punch or something like that, you know, punch board or something, then you got markings on it and everything, I'm sure. I don't have one of them. This is what I have. And when I got this scoreboard, I got it because it was a cheaper scoreboard, and I've had it for years, guys, and it's working great. All right. So if I want like the taller thing, I could always fold it in like this. But this is the way it goes. So you fold in one side. You could always, to make it easier, fold it one way and then go back. Fold it this way. That way it does right on the score line. And then fold it back. Oh, thank you for giving a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And then flip it over. Look at that cute little envelope. And then with the leftover, you could always just make a little card and it'll match because you got the paper to go with it. Sorry for that noise, guys. Sorry for that loud. So how was everybody's week? We ready for a new week? Everybody have a good weekend? Recuperated yet? And then I'm going to get some tape. You can use glue. You can use tape. I'm just going to put some tape right there. And then I'm going to put some tape right here. Did it tape it? It didn't tape it all the way. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I didn't round my corners on it. That's okay. We'll do it on the next one. We'll do it on this edge, though. We can do this. We can stick this right in there and just, and there we go. We got us a little envelope. And now we're going to do a bigger one. Now let's do another little one. I'm going to use this paper right here. Look how pretty that one is. That'll make a beautiful card. And I'll still have a 6x6 left. So let me get my trimmer out. Actually, let me get my other trimmer because it'll sit on top of this very easy without trying to do a balance act. And we'll just put this right here to the 6 inches. And chomp it down. And then we'll just measure just to make sure. Oh no, see, that's bigger than 6 inches. So I'm going to cut this piece off here. We need that to be 6 inches. And that can go on a card too. Well, that was a little bit bigger than 12 inches along the line there. And one more time, we're going to do this. So, oh, look. I didn't even realize that was that. Oh, that'd be pretty. Make a card with that. Yeah, that'd be pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So what y'all thinking? What y'all think? All right. We're going to do our 2 1/4. All the way around. So that way this line is parallel with that line. 2 1/4. And then 2 1/2. If you wanted to use, I have some paper here that is white on the back. I think some of this is white on the, yeah, that one is. This is a thicker cardstock. Them other ones that I've got over there, they're a thinner one, a white one. The back is white and then it's printed on one side. You could put the print on the inside, you know, and have a nice printed up. You can put your own, here, we'll do one like that. We'll stamp some stuff on it when we get done. Show you what I mean. Show you what I mean, Jelly Bean. Okay. You just keep on. If you're motivated to clean, then clean away. It's like when I get motivated to clean, it's like I can't have anything interrupting me because then I lose it. You know, I'm one of the people who'd rather sit at my craft desk than clean. All right. So we did the 6 by 6. Now we're going to round the corner. See how quick and easy this is? We've only been on for a couple of minutes and we're already on our second envelope. It's about the only kind of project I can do more than one of during a live, huh? Now, I don't know. You know what I want to do? I want to try something and see. For like people who don't have a scoreboard, I want to try and see if I can figure that out. I don't see why not. I don't see how I mean, we got the gist of what we got to do, right? Say, come on in and sit a spell. These butterflies are beautiful. They are so pretty. They look really good in a journal, too. On a card, in a journal, in a mini album. Like I said, I got this whole box of papers. That need to be used. I'm trying to get things used up and out of my craft room. So there we go. Oh, and if you want to put tape for here for when you're ready to use it, you can always use double-sided tape, which I'm not going to do that because I'm not sure that I'm going to tape these down. But if you put double-sided tape on here and don't peel up the peeling when you're ready to use it, then you just peel it up and seal it. So there we go. We got that envelope. That one's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Let's make a big one. Okay, so we got the pink polka dots, right? But we could always use this white side. Now, this is thinner, so you're going to have to be careful I got to cut this down. I didn't cut it down. I did not cut it down. So I'm going to take it. Can you see what I'm doing? Or am I out of view? And I'm going to cut this down to 8 by 8. So I'm going to do this. 8. I'm going to have to figure out smaller envelopes, which we know how to do those. I did a video last year about making envelopes with your 6 by 6 papers. So now I still got paper left here. And then 8. And then 8, 8, 8, 8. Eight by 8. Always make a card with that too. But this is paper, so this is thinner. All right, so we got 8 by 8, right? Let's write that down on here. 8 by 8. And we're going to score this at 2 3/4. And this is for an A2 card. So right here on that little dotted mark, 2 3/4. You got to be careful so you don't rip the paper. And flip it all the way around. And do the 2 3/4 again. That's not right. I did it in the wrong spot. I did it on the 2 1/2. 2 3/4. Right there. So I have to remember that it's this line I got to score it on. Remind myself, I'm just going to put a mark right there. All right, now we're going to do it like this. And we're going to do it at 3 1/2. Right here. 3 1/2. 3 1/2. And then all the way around. Corner in the, make sure the corner is where it belongs. And do 3 1/2 again. All right. Then we're going to cut away these Dumaflechis. Okay, it's now these thinner papers I wouldn't use to store dies with. But the thicker cardstock, if you make thicker cardstock envelopes, then they'll be fine to store some dies. You know, if they don't have. All right, we're gonna. Just like that. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get the scoreboard out of the way because we're gonna do a little stamping on this so I can show you. How you can decorate it a little if you want to. So I could have left that in my scoreboard, but and done this, but I'm not going to. So. Okay, I didn't cut that. I didn't cut that on that side of the score line. That's why that's not folding right. So I have to go back in, come in here, and trim that a little bit more. There we go. And then make sure that I did it right on this side. Let's fold it over and see. And I always start in the middle and go out when I'm thinking. Let's round these corners. We're just going to round these two sides here. And if you're using one of these tools, I've got a 2/4 inch mark and a 2.5 inch. Or 1/2 inch and a 1/4 inch, not 2.5. You have the 1/2 inch and a 1/4 inch. I'm using the 1/2 inch to do my rounded. And then I'm going to get the tape. And I'm going to put some tape like that. And then right here. I'm just going to fold it up just like that. Voila. What a cute envelope, right? I think so. I think so. Now, say, okay, we're going to use this for our cat card, right? We'd have to erase the 8x8 on it. We couldn't use it if it has 8x8 written on it. I'm looking for my eraser. Then we're going to get our, let's see, will this fit in? Yep, fits perfect in the Mini Misty. So we'll use the Mini Misty and we'll use that rabbit hole design stamp set. I'm trying to find the name of it. And I don't know if it's still available or not. I don't know if it was given to me, so I don't know. I don't see a name of the stamp set. Maybe it's called Catitude. I don't know. But TRH23 is the number on the barcode. Yeah, I don't see a name. Oh, wait. Yes, it is called Catitude. I don't know if you guys can see that little bitty writing. I barely could see it, but it says Catitude. That's the name of the stamp set. So let's put that envelope in our Mini Misty. Just put it in this. We'll do it in the top. I usually use the bottom corner because I can see better that way. But I'll use the top. Oh, you guys can see the whole thing. Oh, you can even see off my desk. Boy, I got you guys zoomed in pretty good, huh? All right. So we're stuck down and we're magnetized. We're going to use these paw prints. What is that? Oh, it's a mouse. That's cute. I'm reading what they're saying. It says, no kitten. I like you. I miss you. Just blame the dog. Hope you have the best birthday in the whole world. I guess they did that one. So you Catitude, one cat short of crazy. That's me. Hope your feline fine soon. Current mewed cat, and then positively possum. which I stamped that. I don't know what I did with that one earlier, but trying to figure which one I'm using. I guess we'll do this one. Yeah. 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 So we're just going to take this little guy and we're going to put him right here in the corner. And we're going to put some, so it looks like he's walking across the card. You know what? I should just do these little paw prints with a little Dumafluxy stamp block. And then that way, I can just stamp them along the whole bottom there. But I'm going to use the Misty for the cat. I'm going to use the Misty to do the cat. And I don't think this stamp set's ever been used, so before me. So might have to do it a couple of times. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it a couple times. One more, that way he's nice and dark. And the card is black and white, so I'm only going to do a little shading with some gray on him and leave him like a white cat. There we go. There we go. Let's wipe the stamp off. I need to wash my stamp rag. It's time to clean it, Linda. Oh, there's that word, cleaning. I put him back where he belongs. Let's give him a little Dumafluxy there. And you know what? Yeah. Little tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. One more time just for good measure. This is so cute. What an adorable envelope this will be. And we'll clean that stamp, wipe that stamp off, and put it back so I don't lose it. And then we're going to attempt to stamp the paw prints without the Misty. But we got the secret weapon. We got a secret weapon. And let's hope that that sticky mat didn't leave any residue on our envelope. I'm going to use our little secret weapon right there. an hour. So when you're stamping with a stamp block and photopolymer stamps, if you ever notice when you do it on a hard surface, it's hard to get a good stamp because you need a foam or something underneath to do it with. That's why if you notice the old-fashioned, here, look, like, see the rubber stamps? If you notice, there's a foam right there. Hi, Grindalia. Oh, you love the Stamps of Life? Cool. I do too. I just am not in a moment and just not, don't have the ability to purchase any at the moment. So, but yeah, I love this stamping tool thingy. So anyway, so if you notice, there's the foam there. That's why they were able to stamp good. So if you're using photopolymer, and if you could get the secret stamping tool from Stamps of Life, you should. If not, if you got the Misty, pull out the foam pad from your Misty. Use it. If you don't have that, take some papers or something and stack it up underneath it. It'll help you get a better impression. All right. So let's just put some paw prints all over our envelope here. Ta-da! See? It stamps so much better. And that's the first time using it, so it'll get better as we go. Oh, yes, or foam sheets from Joann's or Michael's. There you go. So we're making envelopes tonight. I used my EK Tools scoreboard and just made some envelopes. And now I'm decorating one of the envelopes. I'll show the other envelopes in a minute or two. Do you need to make some as well? Cool. Yeah, I was like, I have this whole box of paper cardstock that was given to me a long time ago. And I'm like, do you notice how it's getting better as I'm going? And that's because it was a new stamp. Well, new to me. I don't think it's okay. Do them the right way. Make sure they're all going in the right direction. I forgot what I was saying. I distracted myself. Squirrel. Squirrel. Oh, so anyway, I had all this paper and stuff that I needed to use, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do on my live tonight. And I'm like, oh, I know. I will make envelopes with that paper. There we go. I'm wondering if I should just put them up that way too. Like he walked all the way across the card. Nah, I'll leave it like that. And then on the back, when you go to seal it, you can stamp something there. I'm glad you joined in tonight. I hope you like it here enough to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up. That way you can come back again and hang out some more. So these are the envelopes. These are the envelopes we made tonight. We made this one. Oh, thank you so much. So we made this one. We made this one. And we made this one. And then I used the white side as the outside so that I could stamp on it and do some little decorating on it. And then I'll go over the measurements one more time. So, but see, this is an A2 card. And that little kitty cat card will fit right in there. And it'll match the front. And fits perfect. And then if I decide to mail it, I'll put some double-sided tape right here. And when I know that I have it filled out to who I want and addressed correctly and everything, then I'll peel that double-sided tape off and I'll pop it down. You can always put a sticker on it. You can always, I mean, there's so many things, you know, you could put a sticker. If you're one of those people who do wax seals, I don't know how the wax seals would hold up like that on the mail. I know you would have to use one of those purple butterfly stamps or blue butterflies. Everybody says they're blue, but I swear they're purple. See, mine's purple. That's purple. Everybody says blue, but that's purple. And then globally, to send them to other countries and stuff, the yellow flowers. I just got to remember to send my cards out. It's like my Christmas cards. I didn't send not one. And awful of me. Awful, awful, awful. I got 2, and I need to send them thank you cards. The 2 that sent me a card this year. But I just didn't send them out this year. Looks like. Just getting back into the swing of things and stuff. And so, but I'll have plenty for next year ready to roll. Oh, I got to put those stamps back in their case. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to make a couple more. If you still want to hang out for a couple more minutes, I'll make a couple more. I'll make another 8x8 one. So anybody who joined late or whatever can see how it's done. If they need the, what I need to do is I need to figure out how to make it without a scoreboard. That's what we should do. I should try to do that without a scoreboard. And you guys know I'm not afraid to do projects here and fail. Where's my, here it is. If you're watching me and I fail at a project, well, it shows you what not to do. So when you go to so these are all the little envelopes I've already made. I made these 2 online. I made this one online. And I did this one prior. That paper is gorgeous. Now I need to make a card with the leftover paper to match it. But okay. Say I have no scoreboard and I want to make an envelope, right? I have a trimmer. But say I have no scoreboard. We're just going to use this paper because I don't know. I don't know the measurements or how to do it. My brain is like, okay, let's just try this, Linda. All right, let's cut this down 8. See, I started moving stuff here, and now I don't have room for all my stuff up here. Cut it down to 8. By 8. All right. Now, I know the envelope will need to go like that to be folded. It'll need to be like, this will need to come up. These will need to come over. And because I know what the measurements for the scoreboard are, I can use them. Let's see if I can do this. So if this is at an angle, right? and I go in put that line right on. Let's use our board we're working on here to make sure it's straight. Okay. I should get my quilting ruler out. That'll make it easier for me, but all right. So I need to go in 2 3/4. Let's see if I can even see that on this ruler. I believe it's right here. So I'm going to come along here. I'm going to line this up on that again. And then I'm going to come along here. And I'm going to use my table, my grid line here to help me know if I'm straight. Okay, that should be a straight line. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side over here. I'm just going to bring this marker line right here at the bottom. And then I'm going to use this and make sure that, oh, nope, got to be on the thing. And right there like that. And we're going to come into the 2 3/4 mark, and we're going to make a little line right there. Then so I can have this straight, I'm going to put that mark point there, and then I'm putting the points on the 0 line going through the middle of my board. And then there's my line. So I'm going to line it up. Make sure it's even. Make sure it's straight, and then I'm just going to draw a line. Then with this on here, on the 0 mark here like this, I'm going to come in and put a mark at 3.5 inches. Got to make sure your points are on that 0. And then the 0 mark on that, and then make sure that's straight and go 3.5 right here. And then we're going to do the same thing for this one. I hope I'm not. If you guys are... Hey, Kathy. We are making an envelope. I made some using my scoreboard. Now I'm trying to see if I can do it. This might work, but it might work. If somebody doesn't have a scoreboard, say they just have a grid mat and a ruler and a pencil. Say they don't have a scoreboard and they want to make an envelope. Or even if they don't have the grid mat, if they have an envelope, if they have paper, a ruler, and a pencil, they should be able to do this. I'm fortunate enough to have this glass mat here with the grid down. So there's the mark I made right there, and I've got this as straight as I think it's straight. So I'm going to come all the way from the edge of the paper all the way to there. And I think this is going to work, because see how I got my crosshairs right here? Now I need that on the other side. I'll go over the measurements in a minute. I'm using the same measurements I use on the scoreboard, but not everybody has a scoreboard. Okay, that's not the right way, because I need a mark right here. So I need it to be like this. See, I almost goofed that up. So when I want the line to go this way, I need to measure in this way. I hope that didn't confuse anybody. But to get this line going up and down like that, I had to measure from this point in 3.5 inches. So now I got to do that on this side, measure in 3.5 inches. On this one here, I had to do 2 3/4 of an inch. I hope I did that correctly. Anyway, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to measure this at 3.5 inches. I'm going end to end here. And I'm going 3.5 inches. Yay! What are you celebrating? Janet, what are we celebrating? Did you get done? Or are you just still listening? All right, so right on that line, trying to make sure it's straight. All right, that looks straight, and I'm going to come from the end of the paper to the other end of the paper. All right. Now, I'm going to come in, and I'm going to cut off these little triangles right here. And then we're going to see if it worked. Or did, okay, I got to make sure, bulk reasons, I got to make sure. You can always come in a little and angle it more if you want. Okay, you at least got a little. A for effort, right? That's what I said. If I got something done, I was productive. That's good. So there we go. That's going to be our envelope. So now what we need to do is we need to fold this on that line. This is tricky, 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 because you don't have a score line in it. So to do that, I'm going to bring it in the middle, and I'm going to pinch it right there in the middle, and then I'm just going to bring it out like that. And then that should, oh, it's a little off. It'll be all right though. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to pinch it right on that line, and I should be able to get a straight line out of it when I do it that way. But I didn't. Look, I'm cockeyed. So that's okay. We'll just fix that. Now I have a scoreboard, so I don't have to do it this way, but not everybody has a scoreboard. Not, you know, some people are just starting out. You got like, all right, it's gonna be crooked. And then we're gonna bring this in just like that. And then we're gonna bring this one in just like that. But we're gonna open these up like this, and we're gonna fold them. All right, I gotta cut this one a little bit more right here because I went off the line a little. So I'm gonna have to cut that just a little bit more so it'll fold properly. All right. So there we go. Look at that, guys. Didn't need the scoreboard. You just need a straight line. You can put a piece of tape down and use that as the 0 mark if you don't have a grid. Just get something straight, like a piece of tape, and tape it out. And then use that for your corners to keep your line straight. But we're going to put some tape on here. I'm going to tape it down. Tape, 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 or glue. You know, if you've got school glue or crazy glue, not crazy glue, don't use crazy glue. And I didn't round my corners, but we're pretending we don't have tools like that. I mean, you could just, is that off a little? No, it looks okay. But we're going to just, it looks a little off to me. I think it's because of the, there we go. It's a wonky curve there. Now see, that looks taller than that side to me. But that's okay. It's okay. It's still an envelope. It will still work. So that's what we did tonight, guys. Let me go over these measurements real quick. If you're using the scoreboard, I mean, the measurements will be the same without the scoreboard, but you'll have to do all that fancy footwork with the ruler and everything. And that's got my wrist going. Let's bring the scoreboard back up here so you guys can see it one more time. Let's run over it one more time, even though we did it several times. But so you got your scoreboard. You got your little piece like that, right? I should have left one that wasn't. Let's make one more just for quick run through reference. One more big envelope. We're going to cut our paper 8 by 8. No, we're going to cut our paper 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. No, 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. So we're going to do 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. It needs to be a square. I think that's what I did wrong on the other one. An A2 card will be tight fitting in that other one that we did without the scoreboard. We're going to put our Dumaflachi in here. I'm not going to tape this one. That way, if anybody asks and I have to show them again, I'll have it. So 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. Then we're going to score it at 2 3/4. Gotta be careful, don't rip your paper if you're using thin paper. 2 3/4. Flip it all the way around and do 2 3/4 again. 2 3/4. So what do y'all got on your craft desk? Then flip it to a side so that the lines are going horizontal. The score lines you just made are horizontal now. And then you're going to come up here to 3 1/2. And you're going to score down there like that. And then you're going to flip it all the way around. And you're going to go 3 1/2. And you know what? You got to make sure that corner is in the corner there. 3 1/2. Make sure the point of your paper is all the way to the edge of the scoreboard and you're up against your Dumaflachi. This will be our last one, guys. And we're going to go clip, 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 clop, clip, clop. Made up a song when my kids were little. Clip, clop, goes a little horsey. Clip, clop, all through town. They'd be sitting on my lap and I'd be doing my leg. You know how they're sitting on your lap, right? And do my legs like this. So they feel like they're riding a horse. That's what I used to do with my kids. I miss my kids being little. Oh darn, adult children are not as much fun. I miss my babies being babies. Okay, there you go. And then you fold your score lines and you do your tape in. And you got a pretty envelope. If you want the outside pretty, you do it this way. If you want to stamp on the envelope, you do it the other way. There we go. There's the envelope. If you want to stamp on it, you just fold them in this way. Just like that. And then you can stamp on it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for coming in and hanging out and chit-chatting, subscribing and liking and all that good stuff. Hope you guys have a great night. Have a good week. Those of you in California, we're praying for you. Thank you so much, Grindelia. Am I saying your name right? Am I saying Grindelia correctly? Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. And I'll see you Thursday at 9 p.m. Thursdays and Sundays at 9 p.m. live. Right here from the woods of Interlaken. All right, bye guys. Oh, that's not how I stop. So long, farewell. I do, be doop, be doop, boop.